yoga friends. All right, so Facebook was giving me a hard time again, but I think we're in business now. So welcome to your Monday morning yoga minutes. I'm Audra Monk, and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland. And oh my goodness, we might be crooked. But you know what? We're going to go with crooked. I'm afraid to touch it. So we're just going to let it roll. So welcome to your Monday morning practice, or whenever you find this practice. Mountain Spirit Yoga is in Middletown, Maryland, and we would love for you to join us there at our studio for a class or a workshop. Today, in honor of, well, there's lots of honors of rainy days, but in honor of this rainy day, we are going to practice some twists. And we're going to start really soft. We're going to kind of do twist 1, twist 2, twist 3, and then we're all going to go about our day, or we're going to go practice some more yoga. So to get started, we're going to lay down. So you do need a mat, or you need a nice comfy rug to lay on. So take your time and very carefully come on down to the floor. And there's my dog, Lissa. Maybe she'll stay over there, and that'll be good. Come on down nice and easy. Take your time and lay all the way back. All right, when you lay back, check that your head is on the mat, and then when you stretch your legs out, there's not going to be a lot of legs long, but it's just a nice place to be on your mat. Good, and then bend your knees back up. All right, lift up the hips, get them comfortable, and settle them down. Same thing, shoulders, rock your head a little side to side, and then find the most comfortable neutral for right now. You can just rest your hands on your thighs or your arms on the floor, and we're just gonna breathe. They're always, okay, not always, but quite often and most times, we should have a transition from whatever we were doing to our yoga. We're gonna pause and breathe here. All right, we're gonna get moving. So widen your feet on the mat. We're gonna play with windshield wipers because it's raining outside. So feet about as wide as the mat, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. This mat I have is pretty wide, so I'm going to go a little bit in. You could, if you need to keep this extra gentle, just leave your arms in. If it feels good for you, take your arms out in that T shape out from the shoulders. All right, and then nice and easy as you're ready. On an exhale, 2 knees go to one side. Belly pulls in. Inhale, bring those knees up. Exhale, take 2 knees to the other side. Good, and hopefully you can see this. It's darker at the bottom of the screen because of the little bit of light we're getting from the windows, but we're gonna go back and forth. Good, nice and easy. We could keep our head still, or it might feel good for you to take your head with, so it turns with the knees. It comes back up to center. It turns with the knees. Or you could take your head opposite, so knees go one way, head goes the other way. All right, so feel free to experiment gently and see what feels right for you. It's nice if we can travel one movement, one breath, but if you need extra breaths in here anywhere, I want you to take them. Take your time. If you need to slow down and stay for an extra breath, go right ahead. All right, go, well, let's see, I think I started left. So when you're ready, once more for each side. It's nice to be even, but it's probably not a deal breaker if you went one less to one side. That's totally fine. And then the knees are coming up to center. Good, head back to center, pause. Walk your feet back in a little. Good. And then very gently hug both those knees in. And you can hold on top of the knees or the shins, or you can hold behind the thigh. Good. And then you could stay still here if that's feeling just right, or I'm going to add a little movement. If it would feel good for you, on your inhale, belly pulls in, knees go away a little bit. Exhale, softly pull those in. And let's repeat that 2 more times. And then hold it in. Maybe snug it up a little more if that feels good for you. And then nice and easy, set the feet on the floor, maybe one at a time. Pause. And then roll gently to one side or the other. Take your time here. Roll to your side. and then carefully push yourself up. There we go. All right, bring yourself to sitting in bound angle or butterfly pose. I'm gonna sit on a little blanket. You could sit on a pillow, you could sit on the mat. You might need more blankets. If it's your first, this is my first, except for my yoga in bed, which if you wanna know about that, best thing ever, do a little bit of yoga every day before you get out of bed. You could search on here and I'm sure that you could find it. If not, send me a message and I will find it for you. So, except for that tiny bit of yoga, I haven't really moved that much this morning. You know, I ate, I got ready, things like that. So sometimes your hips are really tight. Mine tend to be tight in the morning. So we're gonna go gentle here. If your hips are happy or you found this video later, do more. It's totally okay. So I'm letting those knees go out. I could hold the ankles, or I'm gonna take my hands behind, roll my shoulders down and back and let my knees press wide. Okay. And I'm not over pressing. I'm keeping it pretty gentle because my left hip is definitely saying, oh, good morning, Audra. How are you? And I'm like, I'm good. How are you today? And I'm hoping my hip is going to be happy today. Good. And we're breathing. All right. So now we add a twist to this. So sitting up tall, pulling myself forward a little bit. I'm going to take one hand to the opposite ankle. The opposite ankle. Bring your other hand forward, straight forward. And then, like a flower blooming after the rain, open the arm, and you could stay right here, up really high. Oh, that feels really good. A nice little open twist. Or if you're looking for more, the hand holding onto the foot, bend that elbow and lean in a little. Good. And we're going to breathe here. Look up if that feels right, or just look to the side or more forward. So wherever it is right for your head. Good. And we're going to breathe here. And let's take one more breath. And then nice and easy, we're going to release that back to center. Let's try it the other way. So hand to the opposite ankle. Other arm comes forward. Good. And then I'm going to open it up. Good. And you could stay right here. This feels lovely. And I'm pressing my feet into each other. I'm keeping my legs stable. The belly's pulling in gently. And if a little more would feel good for you, bend the front elbow, lean in a little and open more. And your head looks whichever direction is best for you. And we breathe here. One more breath. And then gently, I'm going to come on back. There we go. Pause here a moment. Bring those hands behind maybe. Roll your shoulders down and back. Press both knees evenly wide. Excellent. And then bring those knees back together. Take your time. All right, so we're coming to standing. If you want to pause this and do some table to child's or some downward facing dog, please do so. But in the sake of that, this is a short video and this is safe to transition and just go this way. We can totally do this. But if you want more, it's okay to add more here. But tuck a foot under. I'm going to come to hands down, toes tuck, walk myself together. I'm going to move my blanket all the way on the way up, and up I go. All right. So last twist of the day, or of the morning minutes, is a standing twist, and I'm going to add a little balance if you would like. So feet about hip distance apart, and feel them even on the earth. Roll your shoulders down and back, belly pulls in. So Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, breathing here. All right, so here is our twist. Look to the floor or the wall in front of you. Try not to look at, if the camera's right, if your screen is right in front of you, try not to look right there. All right, pick a leg. One leg is gonna stand, your other leg is gonna slide forward a little, and you can leave your toe down. And in fact, that's how I'm gonna start the twist, then we're gonna add on. Take, the same hand as the bent knee and put that hand on your hip. Other hand reaches up high in the sky, lengthening the side of the body. And then here's our little twist. Start to turn towards the bent knee side and bring that hand to the thigh and turn and look over the shoulder. I always feel a little bit saucy here. That this would be a good pose, I don't know, It would look crazy probably, but I always feel like it'd be a good pose for a picture, like I'm a movie star. All right, so you could stay here. I'm going to turn my head back. You could also turn your head back. In fact, if you know what? If you're going to take the balance, turn your head back forward first. Find your focal point. If it should feel right for you, start to lift that toe off the floor. Good. Hold on to that thigh, belly pulls in. Lift it where it feels right for you. Now, what if we go back into the twist? It's going to be more challenging, right? Because we no longer have 2 feet on the floor. So I'm going to turn my head a little, and then I'm going to turn my head some more. And then maybe I'm going to deepen my twist and try to turn and look behind me. And if that's feeling pretty good, I might take that arm and extend it out behind me and look towards my hand. I'm going to breathe here. If it all falls apart, it's going to be okay. All right, and then if I can control it, we'll see what happens. I'm going to bring this all out nice and easy. So I'm going to bring the hand back to the hip and carefully bring the head towards the front and set the foot on the ground. Lovely. So wherever that went for you, I bet it felt wonderful. Let's try the second side. So look forward, find your focal point. Slide your opposite foot forward and leave your toe down. Bring your hand to your hip on that same side. Lift your other arm up high so you get extension in the body. All right, you ready for the twist? On the first part with the foot down, I'm going to move my head with me because it'll go okay. You could also leave your head forward, and that's totally fine. Hand to the thigh, hand on the hip, looking back over the shoulder, feeling like a movie star. All right, you could stay here and breathe, or bring the head back. Are you ready for a little balance? I'm feeling plenty of work right now, but maybe you want a little more, and I'm going to lift that foot off the floor. And I'm going to hold on to that thigh. My belly's going to pull in. I'm going to ground gently through the hip and the leg of the standing leg. All right, I'm going to start to see if I can make this into that bigger twist. I'm going to turn my head a little and a little more. All right, maybe I'm going to press the shoulder back and the hand into the front thigh a little bit. And if you're feeling good, backhand, you know what, I'm going to turn real quick. You stay where you are, just in case you didn't understand where that backhand's going. See if I can do it again. Backhand is going to reach back. So you see how you get that big twist there. My belly's in. I'm paying attention to the breath even though I'm talking to you. I've got a focal point. Maybe I turn my eyes and try to look towards my hand back there. All right, let's see if I can get it out nice and careful. I'm going to bring the hand to the hip. Carefully bring the head back to center and set the foot down. And there you go. 3 twists for a rainy Monday morning. Let's finish it up with something symmetrical to settle us back in, and then we're off about our day. So feel your feet even on the earth. Roll the shoulders down and back, our Tadasana. All right, we're going to add, I think we're going to add a very gentle forward fold. So inhale, bring your arms up, maybe look up. On your exhale, your arms go out to the side. We bend at the knees. I'm going to take my hands to my hips to remind me to hip hinge forward with a nice flat back. I'm going to turn to the side. Hopefully, it's always worrisome. Did I do it right on the video? I'm hoping so. But if not, that's what our bodies are doing sometimes. Hands to the thighs, elbows to the thighs. Ooh, I found my hamstrings. Tuck in my chin. I'm going to pause and breathe here. Pausing and breathing. If it's comfortable for you, my blocks are too far away, you could put your hands down on some blocks. You could maybe, nope, I can't reach my fingertips to the floor yet this morning. So I'm going to bring my elbows back to my thighs and breathe here. Good. Each day we're making a decision for safety, but also for growth, for change to happen. All right, one more breath here. And then I'm going to sink into my hips and my knees. Inhale, sweep my arms out and around. Look up if that feels right. And on this exhale, I'm going to gently bring my hands to my heart. And there we go. Your Monday morning yoga minutes. Thank you so very much for joining me. Give me a love. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Let me know that you're watching and practicing with us. And we, of course, would love to see you at the studio. Thank you, and namaste.